run into Bellamy. Me and Bellamy got some beef. You're a Bellamy. We got some beef, okay? So everyone out there has to write a script, okay? Unless you want to be kidnapped by the mountain men and taken to Mount Weather on day 3, okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 2. Let me get situated. Let me sit down for you. I'm gonna get a little dramatic. Maybe I'll have to stand up, but I don't know. I don't know why this hot pink was the choice of outfit for this video, but because my eyeshadow's orange. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Just like I don't know what I'm doing when I shift, okay? I really can't give you any tips. Besides, affirmations are key, for me at least. That's basically all I did. I didn't do a script, I didn't do anything cool, I didn't do anything fancy. I didn't do anything fancy, bros. I didn't do anything fancy, so if you're looking for tips, I got very few. I'm not really gonna talk about tips. I don't want this video to be an hour long, because I'm gonna get into it, guys. I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna try not to be cringy. I have notes, because I wrote these down when it first happened. I have these handy. First, I want to address, if you haven't seen the first video, I'll put it up here. Is it up here? Up here? It'll be in the description as well. I'll put a link to the first video. I didn't think I was gonna do different parts. I kind of thought I was gonna do different parts, but I didn't really. I was like, whatever. I'm just gonna talk about it a little bit of what happened when I shifted to the 100. Let me address this first. I got a comment that was really funny. I'll put it, should I even put it? I don't know, I don't even know. But even though it was like kind of like it was a weird way, it was like kind of not a nice way to put it, but I'll take it anyway, because they gave me like this term, because, you know, everyone says shifting, everyone uses the word shifting. So this person, he low-key called me an idiot, so, he didn't directly say it, but he kind of indirectly said it, so I think it's a he. I don't know. The whole shifting community, listen, I call it shifting because that's how I learned about it. I call it shifting. I don't really know what it is, if we should even be calling it shifting. I don't know. Listen, I don't know. I mean, I'm still new at this. I'm new at the shifting community, whole world. I really got into it last year.
It's only my 3rd day out here. I don't know.
I never even said I was an expert or saying that everything I was saying is true. The people watching this video, you guys probably know more than me. I'll get into the story time. I'll get into part 2, what happened. So if you want to skip ahead, I'll put a time to skip ahead. So whatever, you can skip ahead. You probably don't want to listen to this, but what happened when I fell asleep and when this happened to me, it was not a dream. It did not feel like a dream. It's different than a dream, and it's different than lucid dreaming, because I've been lucid dreaming for a really long time, as long as I can remember. There are some shifting deniers out there. They're like, it's not shifting, you're dreaming. Oh, also, there's some haters out there. Listen, I'm 20, I'm 21. And so technically I'm not a little kid anymore. But there's some people like that are party poopers, dude. They're party poopers. These are some of the comments that I've been seeing. Not on my video, but just in general. It's just for kids. You're just dreaming. This is an elaborate hoax that we're all in on. Okay, definitely not. What the? You know what? When I first heard about it, I thought it was trolling. I thought it was a troll. So I was like, what is this, bro? People are getting too into Harry Potter. When I first learned about it, it was Harry Potter. Like, you like the movies that much? And then I watched the movies, and then I was like, oh, I want to go there too. Let's go, woo! And then I learned about shifting. And anyway, as I said, some of you guys watching know a lot more than I do. A lot more. And so if you see someone commenting in the comments and I answer and my answer is dumb, can you please answer for me? When I shift, I do it on accident. Like, I know about shifting, I know what to do, I follow some of the things to do if you want to shift. I've never done it. I've never like gone to, I'm not in my bed, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna shift tonight. I have done that, but I never shift when I do that. It's really annoying. I'll just be like, I'm just going to sleep. It's just another night, whatever. I'm too tired. I don't want to try to shift. It's stressed out. Usually when I'm stressed out, I can't do anything. I can't lucid dream. I can't, whatever. But let's get into the story time because I'm over this. Yeah, if you haven't seen part 1, go watch it, or you don't have to. But we're gonna get into what happened. I left off me and Murphy hanging out in the tent together for sleepover. Woo! First night there. You know, time works different apparently. This is only my second time shifting. First time I shifted to Hogwarts, I was like, cool, what's up? I also have a video on that, but no, it's not really a good video, not really a good video. Yeah, so the second time I shifted, it was to the 100. So me and Murphy in the tent. The night goes by. It's like I didn't sleep at all. It's like I didn't sleep at all, guys. I was like, okay, good night. Yeah, morning. In part one, I talk about like the first day. And so part 2, I'm gonna go maybe day 2. I don't know, I was there for a week. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Rise and shine. When I woke up, I literally went like that. Boom, morning. I was like, okay. Where's Murphy? Murphy's nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be found. So I'm like, great. Start to get a little panicky. I'm like, whoo, am I just in a tent in the forest, like for real? What happened? And so once I leave the tent, I'm like, okay, well, I'm still here. And I see the I see the drop ship, and I immediately run into Jasper. Oh yeah, me and Jasper are legit homies. Like, I don't know. Me and Raven, homies. Me and Jasper, homies. Like, I don't know. They're kind of like, I guess, my favorite characters. And I like a lot of the characters. I don't know why specifically Jasper and Raven are like my besties. But yeah, I run into Jasper. Of course, they're asking questions immediately. In part 1, they're asking me questions and I'm like, stressed out. And so Jasper's like, where's Murphy?
Wow, that's a great question. I wasn't expecting that question.
Thanks, Jasper, for that great question. I have no idea. Me and Jasper are talking. I mean, he asked me that one question. He's like, okay, cool. He's like, okay, he's like, you wanna go get something to eat? Do you wanna go Taco Bell real quick? No, he's like, you want something to eat? And I'm like, yeah, I'm starving. So he takes me over to like outside of the dropship, and there's like, they got little berries, and this is a weird detail, but when I was eating things, I was like, why am I actually tasting them? I don't like it. It freaks me out. Guys, it freaks me out. It freaks me out because it's so real and I don't even understand it. So I'm kind of scared of shifting or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm eating little berries. Me and Jasper chilling. They tasted good. I don't know. And we're talking. Jasper asked me, he's like, how did you sleep? And I'm like, great. Don't remember sleeping at all. So Jasper's like, oh, Clarke wanted to see you. And I'm like, oh, Clarke, woo. Still intimidated by Clarke. So he takes me into the dropship to talk to Clarke, and Clarke immediately is like, we lost contact with the Ark. And I'm like, oh, like I do not know what to say. In part 1, you know, we were talking like to the people on the Ark. We got the radio. It's like an episode. It's very similar to a lot of different episodes what happened to me, because I think my brain was just trying to find everything that I could like remember from episodes, because I didn't make anything up for when I shifted. So my brain was like, we gotta make this up on the spot. We gotta make it up on the spot. You didn't do anything. So everything was just random, but it was like from the episodes. And so he's like, and so Clarke is like, we lost contact with the Ark. We don't know what happened. And I'm like, oh, okay. So like, what are we gonna do? Jasper's like, what does that even mean? Jasper's like, cool, but what are we gonna do about it? Jasper's like, what's wrong with the radio? And Clarke is like, Jasper, can you keep up? Jasper, keep up. She literally said that. She was like, Jasper, try to keep up. I'm like, yeah, Jasper. Knocking his elbow. I'm like, pay attention to what she's saying. Because I don't remember exactly what she was saying, but she was explaining why we lost contact. And if I tried to explain what she was saying, I would just sound like an idiot because I don't know what she was saying. She was saying a lot of things, and I was like, okay. Okay, so Jasper, he gave me this look when Clarke was like, Jasper, try to keep up. Or she goes, exactly, these were her exact words. She goes, Jasper, keep up, or at least try to. Okay, Clarke. Clarke is in Clarke mode. Clarke mode activated. When she said that to Jasper, you're me, okay? And Jasper's like, the sass. I love Jasper. Especially early on, Jasper. You know, before Jasper really got into some deep stuff, I feel bad for Jasper. Jasper's character went through a lot, but so Jasper gives me that look, and I'm like, you better hope that Clarke did not see that. She probably did, but she's like, okay, whatever. Clarke was in Clarke mode, bro. Like when I mentioned in part 1, she was very nice, super nice to me, which she still was, but like she was like, Jasper, please. She had it up to here. Clarke gives us the rundown. The last time that they were talking to someone on the Ark, they were saying that they were going to try to come down to Earth, and that was the last thing that they heard. So Clarke gave us that whole spiel on what was going on. So kind of boring, but whatever. We were talking to Clarke. Me and Jasper were like, what can we do? Like, can we do anything? Clarke was like, no. No thanks. So we left. Me and Jasper just left. We just left, bro. We just left. We're like, okay, bye. Woo. Jasper's like, okay, you want to go on a walk? I'm going to meet up with Monty. He's already out, you know, gathering whatever. I don't remember what was he? You know, it's either food or material, because they were still building the camp. You know, in the show when they're like building the wall, it was either gathering supplies for the wall around the camp or food. I don't know. Jasper was like, okay, want to come with me? I'm gonna go meet it with Monty. I'm like, of course. We're on the walk. We're having fun. What's up? On a walk. I don't know how to tell this. Me and Jasper just buddies, complete homies, having a fun time, talking about dumb stuff. It's hard not to talk about stuff that's like going on in 2021. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be like, oh, did you hear blah blah blah? You watch the Kardashians? Like I can't do that to Jasper. Jasper was talking about his dream. This is weird. Jasper was freaking telling me about his dream that he was back on the Ark and how they were taking the Ark to the ground and it blew up. The whole thing blew up. And he was like, yeah, and then when it blew up, I woke up. And I'm like, that's intense. In my head, I'm like, oh my God. What is that? Jasper's a freaking psychic. You know, when they took the Ark down, some of the stations blew up, right? So he said the whole thing blew up in his dream, and I was like, cool. It's very fun, lighthearted conversation. He's like, whatever, just a dream. Me freaking out because I know. Talking about dreams, I'm telling him about my dream. I didn't even have a dream, but I was making up a dream on the spot. We were walking, and then there was not a lot of people around us. Like, we would run into one person. They would be really far away. Anyway, Murphy's like, comes up behind us, goes, hey. Scares us so bad, more than it should have. Because he wasn't like, hey, what's up? He was just like, hey. Me and Jasper were like, oh. Just chilling, walking. Murphy goes, hey. Oh, hey. And just didn't see you there. Jasper both turn around. And I'm like, oh, hey, Murphy. Where have you been? Didn't see you this morning. Murphy, not even looking at me, just looking at Jasper. Okay, Murphy. Please don't you can't beat Jasper up. You can beat a lot of people up, but you can't beat up Jasper. No, Stay away from him. Because he was looking at him like, what are you doing with her, man? And I'm like, Murphy, you were the one not in the tent this morning. You were the one that just left on your own, not telling me where you went. Poor Jasper. Poor Jasper. Murphy with his freaking death glare. Please, Murphy. I feel like I'm like complaining about Murphy, but it was actually really funny. And he was just being Murphy. And I'm like, hello, I'm here. And he's looking at Jasper like, Jasper gets it. He's like, I'm gonna go. He's like, hey, I'm gonna go find Monty. I don't know, Murphy, please stop. I'm just like, Murphy. That's my homie, Jasper. So when Jasper leaves, I'm like, hello, hi. So he's finally looking at me. And then we start to have a conversation. And I'm like, why'd you do that? Why are you giving Jasper the death glare? And he's like, oh, I just want to talk to you. I just want to get you alone. I feel like I'm not giving a lot of details about what happens between me and Murphy because I feel like no one's here for the Emily and Murphy romance segment, okay? Like, it's gonna get cringy, guys. It's gonna get cringy. He's like, oh, I just want to talk to you alone. So I wanted him to leave. I'm like, okay. You didn't have to do that. You just had to tell him, hey, I want to talk to Emily alone. And Murphy's like, that's no fun. Okay, Murphy. Okay, joking around, Murphy. You actually scaring Jasper? Okay. When I think about Murphy in like season 1, because this was season 1 Murphy. When I think about him, I don't think that he's like super scary. But everyone was like, I'm just not gonna mess with Murphy. Like, I don't want the trouble. And so Jasper leaving was pretty smart. I go, okay, well, what do you want to talk about? Like, what's so serious? And he's like, oh, nothing serious. Okay. So what? And he's like, oh, well, I just wanted to hang out with you. I didn't want to hang out with Jasper and you. And I'm like, okay, well, what are you doing? What are we gonna do? He's like, oh, nothing. I'm just walking around pretending I'm doing things. He said, I'm pretending I'm doing things. Sounds about right. And I'm like, well, okay, I can do nothing. He goes, oh, I want to show you the spot that I found. And so he takes me to this, like a little river, little pond area. And I'm like, oh, this is nice. He's like, oh, you want to go for a dip? Guys, it was so hot. It was so hot. So of course I'm like, yeah, let's go. You know what? I'm gonna have fun while I'm here. I'm not gonna worry about getting in trouble. I don't know why that would get us in trouble, but just a little pond, a little stream, a little into a pond, little waterfall action. A little tiny waterfall, but still a waterfall. Pretty. It was so pretty. Take off our clothes, you know what I'm saying, and get into the water, you know what I'm saying? We take off our clothes, not all of our clothes. Don't get any ideas. I don't know how to tell this without being super cringy. So that was pretty fun. Water felt great. Me and Murphy, we had a moment. Okay, we had a moment. I don't know. I think it's cringy because this didn't actually happen. I don't know. Me and Murphy just, I don't know. We had a moment. Little kiss. Little. Oh, whatever. Skip it. Back to a more action-packed storyline. Me and Murphy were done in the little pond area. Very pretty. I can't get over how pretty it was. Like, oh, what the heck, man? No fish nibbling on my feet. It wasn't really scary to go in the water. I don't know. I feel like in real life I'd be like, is this safe? But I was like, whatever, going in the water. It's like 110 out, so. And it's humid. It was humid, so that made it worse, so. Back to the action-packed storyline. So we leave the pond. We put all our clothes back on. Nothing crazy happened except for a little, oh, cute moment. Not rated R moment, PG-13 moment. By the time we walked back to the dropship, it was like sunset. I didn't think we were there for that long, but I guess we were. So it was like sunset, and we're like, ooh, sunset time, fun. I run into Bellamy. Me and Bellamy got some beef. You're a Bellamy. We got some beef, okay? In part 1, you're gonna have to go watch part 1 because. Are we about to kiss right now? I actually wish I said that. One of my regrets, because so uncalled for, but it would have been funny. It would have been funny if I said, are you about to kiss right now? You would have been like, what? What are you saying to me right now? I'm Bellamy. You don't say that stuff to me. Or maybe he would have been into it. I don't know. So I run into Bellamy. Murphy's far away enough that I feel comfortable being like, hey, what's up, Bellamy? He goes, hey, what's up, Emily? My heart is beating fast because in real life, Bellamy, I mean, come on, bro. He's too attractive, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, what's up, Bellamy? Let me just say let me just tell you what happened. So he's like, hey, what's up, Emily? What's going on? I go, oh, nothing. Oh my God, I can't believe I said this to him, but I go, so you feeling good about stealing that radio? I was just joking, and he goes, funny. Huh, funny. Like, I'm just kidding. Sorry. He was not amused at all. I had the hiccups, I'm talking too fast. So me and Bellamy having a casual conversation. Very casual. I'm like, so, when's this wall gonna be done? What? So, two dads talking. So when's this wall gonna be done? Bellamy goes, when I want it to be done. Okay, Bellamy, you didn't have to. Such a Bellamy response, dude. Season 1 Bellamy, not messing around, not having fun yet, not, you know what I'm saying? Season 1 Bellamy was like all about trouble, and not the whole season, but you know what I'm saying? Like the first couple episodes, that's who I was dealing with. They're gonna get it done when I want it to be done. And I'm like, okay, so is that gonna happen, you know, like before we get attacked by the grounders, or I like don't know what to say. I'm just saying that. Bellamy's like, oh, no grounders are showing up. If they show up, I'm not gonna say it, but he was like, they're okay, cool, that's good. What is this conversation? Octavia saves me from the awkwardness. She walks over. She's like, Emily, what's up? What's going on? I didn't see you all day today. Where were you? I was like, oh, I was out, you know, hanging out with Jasper. We were gathering some stuff. Nothing. That's it. Oh, I don't know what I don't know if I was gonna get in trouble for hanging out with Murphy at the freaking river. Like, I don't know. Like, I trust Octavia, but Bellamy was standing right there. I was like, okay, nothing, you know, just to help him build that wall, right, Bellamy? Right, Bellamy? I actually said that. I go, you know, just help him build that wall, right, Bellamy? Bellamy's like, that's good. That's good. His responses, I was like, Bellamy, can you give me something? Can you give me something, Bellamy? You know? Bellamy, uninterested, walks away. Octavia goes, what's his problem? I go, I don't know. I was trying to talk to him, but he doesn't really seem to like me. And Octavia goes, he doesn't like anyone except for himself. Ooh, burn. Burn, Bellamy. Ooh. Bellamy. Ooh, your sister burned ya. I was like, right, that's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. So she's like, don't worry about him. Octavia's like, you want to go eat some dinner? Can't go eat some dinner? Dinner was more berries and more nuts. Delicious. Delicious, okay? They were actually really good, but I was like, bro, what? This whole time I'm not drinking any water. Dinner, I was like, you got some water? She's like, oh yeah, I'll go get you some water. She goes and gets me some water, and I'm like, oh, chugging that water, bro. Everything's cool, everything's calm. All of a sudden, Clarke goes, what is that? So we're all looking, and we're like, what are you talking about, Clarke? What's up? I didn't even know where she was. I just heard her. I'm like, where's Clarke at? Where? And then I see her. She's standing like, you know, behind me. She's like, ooh, what's that? So we all look. It's the Ark falling out of the sky. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is a really hard thing to explain because when you see it falling out of the sky and it doesn't feel like a dream, it doesn't look like a dream, it looks like real life. It's really scary. It's really cool. But Murphy was standing next to me and I was like, Murphy, oh my god. That's the Ark. Clarke said it. Clarke said it first. Clarke was like, that's the Ark? I was like, yeah, you're right, Clarke. Ding, ding, ding. That is the Ark coming down from the sky. When the Ark came down, it was fine. It was fine. I don't know. It survived. Because we knew it was fine because it didn't explode. You know, we were like, oh, it's fine. It landed fine. When Jasper told me about his dream earlier, I was like, I don't know, the Ark is gonna blow up, you know? I got to meet Abby. Listen, and you need to watch part 1 to know what I'm gonna say, but I met Abby and I met MarcusKane. Do I want to get into what Marcus and Ray talked about? No. I don't know. But anyway, when we saw it come down, we immediately were like, oh, we gotta go. We gotta go see if they're okay. You know, it didn't blow up, but are they really okay? Look at my background. I picked a different background, but you can't even see it, so it doesn't matter. So it was still nighttime when we got there. When we got there, people were already getting out of the Ark. From only one area, they were coming out. You know, Clarke immediately was like, Mom! She runs to her mom. And, you know, Abby and Marcus are like next to each other. They're walking out together. Listen, I know Marcus and Abby are like a thing. But I was trying to get in on that MarcusKane action, you know? I'm sorry. I have a crush on this whole dad. He's a whole dad, you know? He's not like Bellamy or like Murphy or Jasper or, you know, all the younger men, you know? I'm like, this is a whole dad and I'm into this dad, okay? I see Marcus and I'm like, ooh. Me and Murphy are a thing, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go talk to Marcus, so fine, I'll tell you. Marcus doesn't care who I am. He barely knows who I am. You know, like all the characters kind of know who I am. All the people kind of know who I am because I'm like, I just trying to fit in. And so, how did I get away from Murphy though? How did I get away from him? Not like I'm trying to get away from him, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he's very controlling, as you may have noticed. Oh, I remember. It's because me and Murphy were walking over to Abby first. My notes did not cover this. I forgot to write it down, but me and Abby and Murphy were all talking to each other because Abby had already talked to Clarke. They were already, you know, done reuniting. And so I was like, hey Abby, what's up? I had to talk to Abby because, you know, she's a doctor. So I was like, I have this weird scratch on my arm. I go, oh, I just want to make sure it's not going to get infected. I mean, it's kind of big. I don't know. And so she's like looking at my arm. She's looking at my arm, looking at the little scratch. I see Marcus. She's looking at my arm. I'm looking at Marcus. I know that's your man. And early on in the season, you know, they're not really a thing. I'm like, I know that's your man, Abby, but listen, this is my shifting experience, okay? In my head, I'm like, how do I get Marcus to like me? You know? Too late. Me and Murphy already a thing. But I still wanted to talk to Marcus. So I go to talk to Marcus. In part one, you know, Marcus had talked, you know, over the freaking radio. It was so awkward. He's like, why you want to talk to me? I'm like, Marcus, please don't ruin this moment for me, okay? Don't ruin it. He ruined it. No, it was awkward. I go up to Marcus and I go, how'd you guys do this? How'd you guys come? How are you guys okay? How'd you guys do this? Marcus is like, you know, a lot of people chipped in and they helped out. It was a group effort. Marcus, okay. He's like, it was a group effort. I'm like, wow. Oh, by the way, Murphy's still talking to Abby. He was still talking to Abby for some reason. I'm like, Murphy, why don't you stay here while I go talk to Marcus? Please. I need to talk to him because I don't know why I'm like a simp for Marcus. I don't know. The conversation was not interesting at all. So I don't even know if I want to include it, but I was just like, how'd you guys like survive that? And he was just like, you know, it was a group effort. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, Marcus walks away and he goes and talks to someone else. I just stand there. I'm like, great job, Emily. Pat myself on the back. That was a great conversation, Emily. Great conversation. He's not interested, Emily. Duh. So I go back to Murphy and Abby. They're still talking. For some reason, Abby's putting the charm on him. You know, like, not like weird, but like, she's like, oh my gosh, Murphy. Like, what's going on between you and Emily? No, I don't know what they're talking about. But they were both smiling, having a conversation. Do you think Abby was trying to steal Murphy from me? Like I was trying to steal Marcus from her? Drama! Just kidding. I have no idea. They were just having a nice conversation. And I don't know what they're talking about. So when I go over, they stop talking. Suspicious! No, I'm just kidding. Like, hey, so what are we gonna do? I was like, you know, the Ark is on the ground now, so what's up with this? What are we gonna do? We didn't have time to talk because all of a sudden someone's yelling for their life. There's just one person yelling, and then I was like, one person over here, one person over there yelling. Because guess who showed up? The grounders showed up, and they were like, because they saw the Ark fall from the sky, and so they also showed up to see what was going on. And they were just kidnapping people they were just taking people, or I don't know what they were doing, but the people were screaming, and I don't know why. I wish I could do like a good Bellamy impression, but I can't. It would just be too embarrassing. Bellamy was yelling. He was like, everyone get in the Ark now! But you know, in the Bellamy voice.
Your father's rules no longer apply. Want it back? Take it.
I was like, oh shoot, Bellamy's yelling? Clarke was like, Clarke was also yelling. Clarke was like, everyone in the Ark now! The team. Bellamy, Clarke, team. Just like in the show. But they don't know it. We all see it, you know? The Ark is completely dark. I'm like, guys, who turned off the lights? It was dark. And so we're all in the dark with the door shut, you know? And so we're all just like, what do we do? What are we supposed to do? Bellamy goes, I'm gonna go out there and fight them. That's what I'm gonna do. He actually said that. That's exactly what he said. He goes, I'm gonna go out there and fight them. Okay, Bellamy, you do that on your own? Of course. He's like, whoever wants to come can come. Okay, Bellamy, I'm gonna stay here. So Bellamy goes to open the door. Marcus grabs his hand. He goes, wait, you don't have anything to protect you. We had weapons, but not enough, I guess. I don't know. Does any of this make sense? I don't know. I don't know how to convey how scary it was when it was completely dark in the Ark. Rhyme. It was so scary. So scary. I mean, it's out in the middle of the woods. Like, it's dark there. So there's no lights anywhere. I was like, I can't see anything. And Bellamy wants to go out there and fight? Okay. I'm like, Marcus, just let him. Like, I'm thinking, just let him go. We just stayed in there. Eventually someone turned on the lights. Eventually the lights were on because we were all scared and we were just like standing there, like listening, waiting, and we just stay there overnight. And so when it's light outside again, they open the door, and so Bellamy and his crew, which is no one I recognize except for what's his name? Miller. I recognize Miller was on his crew. Octavia, she wanted to go, but Bellamy's like, you can't go. You can't go out there and fight.
My sister doesn't leave this camp, is that clear?
I don't need a big...
No, you're my sister. You know, he was saying stuff like that. I don't know what exactly he said, but he's like, you can't go, you're my sister. I can't lose you. You know, very dramatic, very Bellamy, you know. Octavia's like, oh, mad, you know. Just, every time Bellamy's like, you can't do this, you're my sister, I can't lose you. Octavia's like, you're dumb. She storms off into the Ark. Somewhere into the Ark. The Ark is literally huge. When Bellamy goes and tries to fight these grounders, they're not out waiting for us. They're somewhere else, they left. So Bellamy and his crew go out and they cause some ruckus. They come back and they're like, we got a problem. Bellamy's like, we have a problem. He's talking to Clarke, but of course I'm there. I'm like in the back like, what's going on? What's happening? I don't want to die. I was thinking, I don't want to die. Bellamy's like, we got an issue. We need to go talk to the commander. Okay? So there's a bunch of commanders. I just talked off. This video is probably so stupid too. It's not even worth it. Not worth it, but it's probably not as entertaining as some of you guys probably thought. Okay, so where was I? Bellamy comes back. He's like, Clarke, you gotta go talk to the commander. Oh, so I was gonna say, it wasn't Anya, it was Lexa. Of course, come on. We did go and talk to the commander as a group. Clarke took people with her, and so we all went as a group. It wasn't just Clarke going out on her own. I mean, it was Bellamy, me, Clarke, Octavia. Oh, and Lincoln. Lincoln was there. I feel like I missed so many details. Lincoln was there. He helped us. Yeah, was Murphy there? Murphy was there. Murphy was like, you're not going without me. And I'm like, Clarke, Murphy come? Clarke's like, of course. He can come. It doesn't matter. I just want people to come with me. So we went with her to go talk to Lexa. Of course, if you've seen the show, which you probably have if you're watching this video, Lexa comes off super tough at first. So she was like, she was tough at first. And then, but me being super nosy, Lexa was like, I want to talk to her alone, to Clarke alone. And even the guards left. Me being nosy, but there was like a little sliver, and I just happened to be standing where the sliver was. I just happened to be standing there, and I just happened to look in and not look away. So Clarke and Lexa were having a very intense conversation. And I was like, ooh. Ooh. No one else was noticing that I could see in and see what they were doing. Couldn't hear them. But they were getting right up in each other's faces. And I was like, are they about to kiss right now? You know when they kissed in the TV show? I was like, oh my god, they're gonna kiss right now. But they didn't. They didn't. It was their first time talking to each other, so I think that would have been a little weird. I'm not saying they didn't, though. I'm not saying I didn't see them kiss at one point when I was there. I'm not saying that. Now, this is gonna get very confusing, and this timeline does not match up with any of the episodes. It does not match up at all. While our little group was meeting up with Lexa, we got ambushed. Lexa wanted to talk to our leader, Clarke, because they were having problems with the mountain men. And while we were there, we got ambushed by the mountain men. Yeah, they took us. They just took us. Hi, we got kidnapped by the mountain men. So yeah, so much has happened. This is day 3. Oh shoot, this is day 3. Oh my god, I'm confused. It doesn't matter. This is day 3 when we went to go see Lexa and we got ambushed and we got kidnapped, and we didn't know that everyone else at the Ark, they got kidnapped too, and we all got put into Mount Weather. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm thinking this is all happening because I didn't write a script. So everyone out there has to write a script, okay? Unless you want to be kidnapped by the mountain men and taken to Mount Weather on day 3, okay? What? I don't know. I really liked the season when they were in Mount Weather. Why? So it happens just like the show, except when I wake up, I am already like in the normal area. We're not in containment. Like, I'm not in the whole white room situation, you know what I'm talking about? Oh, where the bunk beds are, like that's where we were. And everyone was just on their bunk bed. Some other people were awake. Murphy was awake. I was like, Murphy, where are we? Me already knowing where we are? I'm like, where are we? Murphy's like, I don't know. He hugged me. I don't know. Murphy actually woke me up. Me in my head, we're in Mount Weather. Oh my gosh. Why? I just wanted to have a fun time on the ground with all of my favorite characters in the TV show. I just want that to happen, not because everyone's trying to wake up each other, but people are just not waking up because they literally can't wake up on their own. They have to wake up like eventually, because we were like, they threw the gas at us and then we passed out, and so people are not waking up. What was I gonna say? Oh, Lincoln was not there. We could not find Lincoln. Lincoln was not kidnapped. I don't know. Oh, neither was Octavia. Octavia was not kidnapped. Lincoln was not kidnapped. We didn't know where they were. So I'm talking to Clarke. I'm like, Clarke, what are we gonna do? Where are we? I'm trying to get someone to tell me where we are so I can say it. Like, where are we? Oh, sorry, it wasn't the old man. It was the old man's son, Cage. Cage was like literal evil. He comes up and he's like, you're safe. You're in a safe place. Okay, creepy. Oh! Clarke looks at me like, I'm like, what are we gonna do? I'm not having fun anymore. I'm not having fun. I'm scared. I don't know what they're gonna do. I know what they're gonna do, but I don't know what I don't know what's gonna happen in my shifting world. Like, I don't know. And he's like, you guys are safe. We rescued you guys. Cage is telling us that he rescued us. And so Lexa is actually there. Lexa's there, Clarke is there. There's a couple of like Lexa's guards, like they're there, like everyone's there. Marcus is there, Abby is there. Like, I've realized that this part 2 makes no sense and I've left out a very cute story, so I'm gonna tell it. But hold on, you sip on my coffee at 10 o'clock at night. Oh my gosh, phone, I get it. I have a low battery and I don't wanna stop, but I know I need to stop because I've already talked for like, I don't know, an hour. I have to edit it, and literally editing this video is like a nightmare. But anyway, I left out a very cute detail when me and Murphy got back from the little pond, little river, not river, stream. I ran into Raven. Me and Raven besties. And me and Raven were like, we were hugging, so cute. Raven freaking so nice, one of my favorite characters. But she's so nice. She was giving me a hug. She was like, I haven't seen you all day. And I'm like, I know, I haven't seen you all day either. I don't know what to say. I realized that the summary of this whole, both of the story times that I did, I've realized that the summary is that I don't know what to say. But I did talk a lot. I just don't want to include everything I said, you know? I'm gonna end it soon because this is already too long. This is already too long for my attention span because I know it's gonna be super hard to edit, but us being kidnapped. But I know their last name is Wallace. So Papa Wallace did not walk up on us. It was the son, Cage, walked up and he was like, because I was talking to Clarke, I was talking to Bellamy, I was talking to Murphy, I was talking to everyone that was there kidnapped with us. And then Cage comes up and he's like, you're safe. We rescued you. You're safe now. Okay. Creepy, Cage. You're creepy. Okay. Cage was the creepy one. He was the one that like ruined everything. Like his dad was like kind of sane. You know, his dad was like not the one that ruined everything. Like they had a good thing going at Mount Weather for their people. And then you did. Cage went and ruined it. Thanks, Cage. Anyway, we meet Cage, and when I see Cage, I'm immediately scared. I'm immediately like, oh my. Okay, so we're really at Mount Weather. Like, I was like in denial. I'm like, no, I just met everyone. I want to have fun. And here I am stuck at Mount Weather. What am I supposed to do? Cage is talking to us like normal. Like he didn't just kidnap all of us. I don't want to mention everyone. Raven actually did not get kidnapped. Raven was not there and I was super sad about it. I was like, where's my bestie? Murphy was there. Everyone was there. Raven wasn't there. Octavia wasn't there. I already said this. Lincoln wasn't there. Okay, I don't remember what I was talking about. I had to charge my phone because I didn't film an outro. Oh, God. I hope you enjoyed this video. I feel like all the people that watched part 1 are watching, maybe not all of them, but whoever watched part 1 and you're watching part 2, you're probably disappointed. I don't know. Maybe I'll edit it and it'll be funny. I literally don't know if the video is ever good until I edit it. So I don't know. Okay. I feel like I have to end it, even though I'm gonna leave it on us being kidnapped at Mount Weather and Cage is literally like, oh, you're safe. You're safe, I rescued you. Which we all know is a lie. Like, I also wanted to mention when me and Raven were talking the day before, it was so cute. Raven is literally just a ball of, she's sassy, she's fun if she likes you. So very fortunate that she liked me. So we were talking and she does this here. We were talking and all of a sudden she goes, crosses her arms like that. I'm like, what? I go, what? And she's like, you and Murphy? I'm like, what about me and Murphy? She goes, Emily, you could do better. And I go, Raven, come, stop. Don't insult Murphy. All of a sudden, I'm attached to Murphy because I give him a little... I love Murphy, but everyone's like, you and Murphy, you can do better. Raven literally told me that. And I was like, Raven, stop. And she's like, I'm just kidding. You know, she did one of those. She's like, I'm just kidding. But I'm not, you know. Yeah, it sucks that when we got kidnapped, she was not there. And I don't know where she was, so. I mean, there's more to the story. I really want to make this video. Should I just make it longer? The stuff that went down at Mount Weather was just... I'm not trying to drag this out. I just don't know how to tell it in a cohesive manner because it's confusing. I'm looking at this picture of Cage. It's literally like freaking me out. Like I need to... It's just a stupid picture. I need to go to a different page. Okay. I'll put the picture of Cage, I'll put it right here. I feel like I'm leaving so much stuff out. I'm leaving something out. Oh. I need a drink. Look, this is gonna sound like I'm making it up, but I'm not, I swear. Oh no, am I a bad person? Because this happened? Oh no. Oh no, do I include this? This is, oh no, people want the tea. People want, this is not tea, this is not drama, this is scandalous. Okay, because I mentioned that I like MarcusKane. Guys, Marcus picked, no, I can't include this, I can't, no. Me and Murphy, you know, no one else, me and Murphy. Everyone in the comments would be like, poor Murphy. Oh my god, do I just say it? Am I being annoying? The night before we got kidnapped by the mountain men, I was just walking through the ark, taking my time. I was kind of looking for water. I was like, I'm so thirsty right now. I was literally thirsty. I wasn't thirsty. I was like, I need some water. Okay? And I wasn't looking for Marcus, but I ended up in this room and I'm like, there's no water in here. So I was disappointed and I was gonna leave the room, but Marcus was in there just chilling by himself, sitting at a table. It was kind of dark in the room, like the lights were back on, but he was just sitting in there, the little overhead light. I was like, oh, I didn't even see him. He scared me out. He was like, hey. And I was like, ah, who is that, Bellamy? Is he gonna grab my wrist again? I'm scared. What's he gonna do now? Is that Murphy? Is he gonna slap me on the back? In part 1, I made it so dramatic, but it really was as dramatic as I made it sound. He slapped me so hard, and that's the last time I'm gonna say that. Okay, so I don't want to leave you on a cliffhanger, but basically I sat down at the table with Marcus, and because he's like, oh, come over, come sit with me for a minute, and I'm like, ooh. Okay, woo-hoo-hoo. I go over and sit down. In my head, I'm like, woo! I'm walking over there like, woo! In my head, but in reality, I'm like, this is cool, this is fine. My gosh, my phone keeps telling me I have a low battery, I know. Sitting at the table, and I'm like, you know, like this, and he's like this, and he reaches out, and he touches my hands, and I'm like, stay cool, stay cool, stay cool. And he goes, if you ever need anything, if you ever need help, if you ever need anything, let me know. I'm looking at him like, okay, Marcus. Embarrassing that I like this guy. Embarrassing. I'm like, I'm embarrassed for myself because I'm like fangirling on the inside. Like, of course, okay, thanks, Marcus. That was it. That was all that happened. I made it so dramatic, but because I'm like, I'm loyal. I'm loyal. Murphy and me apparently were a thing. I'm gonna stay loyal. But in my head, I'm gonna remember that moment. forgot about that. I just remembered. So I had to include it. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If I do a part 3, it'll probably be just for me. Like, I don't know if you guys actually want to hear what happens at Mount Weather. Like, it's very intense. Not really drama, just like very like scary. And I guess there wasn't a lot of drama in this one either. It was just like, I couldn't believe how some of the characters act. Like, I couldn't believe that Bellamy just like doesn't care about me. And I'm like, Bellamy, care about me. And he doesn't, so. If you want part 3, whatever, I'm rolling my eyes because I'm like, do you guys actually want it? Do you guys? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one, if there is a next one. Bye!
Patches and showers early Friday, but improving to greater than 6 miles on Friday morning.